Okay, so today we'll be talking about our applications and also giving you guys more information about how the application process will be like. So we'll start off by introducing ourselves. My name is Yuki and I'm from Temasek Polytechnic.
So I'm Genevieve and I was from ACS Independent.
I'm Chingwen and I was from Hwa Chong.
I'm Edwin and I was from VJ.
So how do you guys find out about this course and also apply for this course?
So I always knew that I was always very interested in actually signing up for a healthcare related course, which is why I went to go and search out more about the healthcare related courses in NTU. And so I looked through all of them and then I found this double degree thing, which is quite interesting and something that I've never heard of before also. So I went to go and apply for it because it seems like something that I want to do.
Yeah.
For me, right, I knew I always wanted a healthcare degree. I wanted to do something in regards to healthcare. And then for me, I found that studying more about medicine and stuff was what I was passionate about. So for me, I used the courses that I applied for in uni were actually medicine as well as this course. So for me, I found out about this course is because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just typed medicine and then I found this course as well. So yeah, that's that.
Okay, so my experience is quite similar to Edwin's, but instead of typing medicine, mine was literally scrolling. Then I was like, oh, Chinese medicine. Then I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Because medicine, there's high rejection rate, so I don't want to put all my eggs into one basket. So I needed a second option, so I just chose this, and I actually submitted the application for the courses before actually reading out on it. But on hindsight, everyone should read up on this course before submitting your application for the.
I think for me it's because in poly I did biomedical science, and then when I was just searching through the courses, I was looking mostly at healthcare, and yeah, so I decided that this course is quite it aligns to what I've been studying and also integrates healthcare into it. So I decided to pick this also.
I think the generic what we share in common is that we are all interested in healthcare and we like biology and science. So yeah.
So do you guys need to prepare anything in particular for your applications?
For me personally, I didn't have to really prepare for anything. There was no request for personal statements or recommendation letters. But there is an interview that you have to go through. The interview doesn't really, I think it lasts for about maybe 45 to 1 hour, 45 minutes to about 1 hour for me. So yeah, that's the interview that you have to go for. So I guess just prep a bit of interview, brush up on your Chinese, because it is indeed a bilingual interview. Some of the questions will be asked in English and some will be in Chinese. So yeah, so that's all.
Yeah, I think similar to Jen also, for this course-wise, I don't think there's any preparation you have to do, but just find out more about this course during the interview itself. The interview was a good interview. I think all of us had a good interview for it. Yeah, so you'll be sitting other people, then you just asking you questions and just know more about the course. And now what Jen said, to brush up on your Chinese a bit.
I'll say take mine with a pinch of salt because I'm probably the first one to apply out for your
yeah.
But mine I had to prep a lot of stuff. I had to prep personal statement, I had to get 2 referees and everything and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's quite a lot to prep actually.
Oh wow.
I feel the more you have the better, in the sense that it's good to prep a personal statement anyway, in just there for all uni applications and have recommendation letters and stuff, just so you can something to have beforehand, just in case maybe this time around they will ask for it, you never know. So
yeah. I think just and then maybe some of you are wondering, do I need to have clinical experience and everything? So for me personally, I didn't actually have much clinical experience, but I still managed to get in anyway. So I think having clinical experience is a bonus, but it's not mandatory. You don't actually have to have it. As long as I think as you show interest and this is somewhat you're you think you're gonna go for and you're somewhat passionate about it, then you want to try for it first, then why not? Yeah.
I think for me, the application was the start of the year for poly students. So I didn't know I need to prep a personal statement, just saying. So you all have to prep beforehand. And I did the aptitude-based application.
Ours,
yeah. So I also needed to send 2 people for the recommendations letter. So they will just do it through the NTU portal themselves. Yeah, so you won't get to see it. Yeah. Then other than that, also needed to prep the first 5 semesters grades. Yeah, if you are applying from poly. Yeah. So you for poly students, right, you all can actually go get it signed by your school to like say that it's certified, because the results are not given until you graduate. Yeah. Which is in May. So you gotta ask them to sign to like state that this is a legit piece of document. Yes. Apart from like the interview being like Chinese and English, what was the process like for you guys?
I would say for me, right, it was actually, I don't know about y'all, but for me it was actually really chill. Okay, it was very funny because I think the A-level people were interviewed first, then after that it was the IB people, or like rather the IB like or the med rejects, because my interview was much later. Like everyone I know had like gone for interview, like that I know was applying for this course, I gone for interview. So for me, right, so if you're IB, like IB schools is mostly ACSI and SJI, right? So ACSI, our specialty is not in Chinese. So like with 4 people who really just is not really fluent in Chinese, right? It makes the whole interview like 10 times funnier. So like actually like for me, I knew the interview was conducted like a bilingual interview. But my 3 other interviewees, who 2 of them I know personally, they actually like didn't know it was in Chinese, so they were panicking on the spot. But actually you don't have to worry about that, because like the interviewer, which is the director, was actually like, and also another interviewer for me was the physician. They're actually really nice about like everything. Like they were just really chill. They're like, oh, it's okay if you're not fluent in Chinese. We just want to know like why you apply for this course and let you know more about this course so you know where you're getting into. So just a funny story. Actually, one of my interviewees, she literally had a mental breakdown because she couldn't. So I think the question was like, oh, what do you think are the like prospects of becoming a PCM practitioner in Singapore? I think she really couldn't answer in Chinese. Like she was just in choppy sentences. Like after that, she was like crying and laughing. But then the thing is, we were just all laughing because she was so bad at it. So like, but the director was really nice. Then she actually requested if she could like say the sentence in English instead lah. So in the end, the director said, yeah, sure, if that makes you feel comfortable. But yeah, it was very funny because all of us were trying to like say in Chinese. Then the director was also very funny because like he's very savage. Like he said like me and like this other girl, both your Chinese not bad. The other one are too horrible. But we had a very good laugh. Yeah, it was a very chill interview. Yeah.
Suddenly, it was quite a chill interview, like in the sense. You were like also sat in a group, and I think it's more of them trying to introduce more about this course to us, because I feel like a lot of us don't really know also more about this course, so it's more of a sharing session. So we got to kind of like tour around the clinic as well after the interview session.
Yeah.
So that's why it's quite chill, quite nice. Just like know what you're getting into, and also just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, mine was like totally different. Cause because mine that time was like when COVID was at its peak. So mine wasn't in real life. Mine was online.
Okay.
So like all the tour around the clinic, right? I also didn't get. But mine basically what happened was it was the director plus another prof. Then it was along with me and 2 other guys. So it was like 2 and 3, like 2 interviewer, 3 interview.
Okay.
Then mine was this. Mine, not gonna lie, I kind of had like a mental breakdown also before the interview. Because right, like 20 minutes before the interview, right, they gave me a passage to read. Like it's a 15-page essay in Chinese.
15-page
essay in Chinese. Then
oh my god.
It was about like WHO accepting. It's all in Chinese. WHO like accepting TCM like on the world stage.
Oh my god.
So can you imagine like I like stunned like I can you imagine like you just prepping for interviews, then suddenly you get called for interview. Then suddenly at 20 minutes before they say they just give you this article to read. And they say they'll test it like during the interview, like in Chinese.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so there's that. But mine was but the interview part I would say is quite chill. Like apart from the essays, like it was like quite chill, the same as them, because they want you to know more about this course. Like at the end of the day, they also understand that like this course is like a very niche course, and like is I would say like a lot of people don't really know about it. Yeah. So they will also, like everyone here is just trying to help you also, like make sure that you really understand what you're getting into and understand this course as to like whether it's really something you want. Because at the end of the day, right, like you're the one taking the course. Like you want to spend 5 years going this course, then realize, hey shit, actually, this is not for me, or like I don't want this, I want another course. So I would say like throughout the whole interview period, like it's very chill. Hopefully you all don't have essay, because the essay was shit. But anyway, like,
we didn't have an essay.
Okay, but hopefully you all don't have essay or whatever thing to read, but I
So
would
they
say
asked you to just read out the whole thing.
no, okay, so they tested us.
But
So they
like-
asked us like, what? That's the second half of the interview, right? They asked us, okay,
Oh.
what do you think the article is about?
Oh.
And then all three of us answered wrongly. So we all thought we were going to fail the interview.
So they didn't ask
But-
you to like, they didn't pick a paragraph to like ask you.
No,
to
they asked us to read the whole 15 page.
Oh,
And
so
then,
to understand what the
yeah, like
content is.
prior to
Oh
the
my
interview,
God,
then after that they
that's
will test us,
crazy.
like, do you understand the passage? We all three answered different things. I remember saying something like, it was like completely off topic. Like, I didn't even know like WHO, like I didn't even know that term in Chinese.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I didn't know what I was talking about. Like, even though I Google Translate the whole passage, right, I also didn't understand what I was talking about.
you managed to Google Translate on the spot.
Okay, I spent 10 minutes trying to read it in Chinese. After reading one paragraph, I realized it's not feasible, right? So I went to put my com and I translate.
Oh yeah, because it's online.
Yeah,
I
mine
thought it
was,
was
yeah.
physical, then I was like,
Like that.
yeah.
Yeah, but like questions aside, like I would say like stuff like example, what do you know about this course, or like what do you want to do after this degree? Like these kind of questions, right? Like I feel like you don't need to panic, because at the end of the day, right, it's still something like you need to know the answer to, like for yourself. Like you need to know the answer for yourself. So I feel like you should use like this interview period, right, to go and how to say it, like have a firm answer, like a more firm answer within yourself, like to know whether you want this course or not, and to know more about it.
Yeah.
I won't say like I won't say like treat it as an interview lah.
Yeah.
Just treat it as more like a knowing more session. Like get to know like T session.
Yeah, if any of you all want to compare it to like med interviews, right, it's a lot more relaxed than med interviews. Med interviews were very stressful. Yeah, this one was quite good, right?
Yeah, I think it's all like quite standard throughout. That it's quite chill because they are just trying to let you know like how rigorous the course will be, because after all it's a double degree. But other than that, I think only 2 years ago they got a passage. We didn't.
Yeah, we
didn't get
definitely
a
didn't.
passage.
We definitely didn't.
Yeah. Do you guys like have any like prior experiences with like TCM stuff, or even like do you all search on like what the prerequisites are before applying for the course?
You want to say it?
I think for like prerequisites wise, to be honest, I think all of us are not too sure the exact cut-off point needed, you know, from which background I come from, to actually to go inside. I think the schools kind of keep it like a secret thing, like, so you don't really you don't really know per se. So I don't think there's much to like say about that. But I think for the experience wise, I didn't actually have any clinical experience in TCM also lah, even though I actually went to go into the MOH during my 8 months break between AS and uni. But I did have exposure in the sense that my parents always believed in Chinese medicine. So even like I was always drinking like herbal soups and stuff like that, the kind of yang sheng as well. And because my brothers are kind of athletes, so they also go through like they also go at Zhengzhou before and go like train now. So that's why that's my exposure lah. Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, so regarding the cutoff, right, I think they don't have a specific or strict cutoff point, because the number of intake is a lot lower compared to say like, especially you want to say like, oh, intake for A-level maybe students there's still decent, but for IB students like me, I don't think a lot of people apply, so there really isn't a cutoff point. But I do think like you need to have sort of decent results, because after all it's still a double degree program. So your academic results will show like how much you can handle and cope with the course. So I think they'll just use it as a gauge, but not as a strict prerequisite for the course. Like they won't cut you off if you're like have a lower RP compared to your like average applicants lah. So then after that, for any exposure to TCM, so for me, I don't even have any like much exposure, clinical experience, or so don't even talk about TCM. But I think you just need to like be passionate about the course, be interested in it. So I actually got to know of TCM through my mom, who was from China. Then she sometimes speaks about it, and then because I was also previously an athlete lah, so I was a netballer, so I used to sprain my ankle a lot. So that was, then after that my mom was like, let's bring you to Chinese like medicine instead, because like, you know, it's better for you, like it's more natural form of medicine. So that was my first contact and exposure to Chinese medicine lah. But you know, aside from me, there's, I think our other batchmates, they don't even like, before that they really didn't even have much Chinese medicine experience. So yeah, I don't think it's mandatory.
I think like for me, like to add on, right, I'll just say that like if you're interested to find out about this course, I mean like or if you're interested to apply for this course, I mean it's always good to go and like, you know, I'll try outside, like find some experiences out there, like find out more about the course yourself. But I'll say like what they said, it's not mandatory. And actually this goes for like any other course as well. Like example, if you're applying for medicine or law, I mean it's always good, you know, like if you have that kind of experience. But if you don't have it as well, like it's alright, like you still can get in, that kind of thing, yeah.
I think for poly students, although they didn't write in the website about the prerequisites, but the teachers will tell you the higher you get, the higher chances you get into a university. So I would say try to aim for a 3.5 and above. Yeah. After all, like for poly students to get into universities is also slightly difficult, not gonna lie. So and this is a double degree program, so try your best to pull up your grades, your CGPA especially. And then personally, I don't have any like TCM background, but I've been working at a Western medicine clinic. So yeah, most of my like experiences are very Western med based. Yeah, but I got more interaction with TCM after my dog got into spinal, like he has some problem with the spinal cord. So we brought, there's a TCM like pet.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So yeah, they will like do acupuncture for my dog, and then he started
that's
walking.
the first time I heard.
Yeah. So,
Veterinary science, but in Chinese
yeah.
medicine.
So I was very interested in it. Yeah. After your interview, how long do you guys wait till you all get your results?
Wow, how long?
Mine was literally the next day after.
Oh, that's very fast.
Yeah, mine was
that's
very
very
fast.
fast.
Like, the thing is, I even asked the physician, I was like, because she was the one that interviewed me, then I was like, so when will I know my results? Because like, I still have like, I applied for other unis as well lah. So I, needed to know, because there's the first acceptance, like if you go through university application processes, there's a first acceptance window. So there's a deadline that you need to submit your first few choices. Then after that, there's a second acceptance window. So I didn't want to waste it away. So like, I actually asked the physician, because it was nearing the like deadline. So I was like, oh, when do I know my results? Then she's like, probably in a week or so at least, yeah. Then after that, the next day after, I got an email like, congratulations, you got accepted. Then I was like, okay, that was fast. So yeah, not sure about y'all. You don't remember?
I do remember. I was there around. I know I was somewhere around June where I got like the
That's quite
interviews. Yeah, I got it around June. So.
But when were you interviewed?
Around May-ish.
So
I would say
like-
around a
so
month
like
lah. Yeah.
A month?
Yeah, I
Wow,
think I waited
that's
around a
really
month.
long.
Yeah.
Mine was, I think, like few days.
Oh, a few days.
Yeah, it was just like 3-4 days after I got the letter already. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mine was, I think, either the night on that day itself.
Oh my
or
god,
the
is it
next
your
day.
one?
Yeah.
I thought I was the worst one.
Yeah, but after the interview, right, it really made me think whether I really want this course. So they gave me a time period to like accept. I waited until the second last day to accept it because I'm like, am I sure I want to go through this like Chinese program and stuff? Yeah, but they got back quite quickly lah. Yeah, mine was before me. Like my acceptance was 23rd May if I'm not wrong. Yeah. What are the like some of the expectations versus reality of this course since you all have been here for 1 month, 1 sem?
1 month.
Sorry, 1 sem.
One semester. Okay, you start with the good things. Start with the good things.
Yeah, we can start with the positive things.
Okay. So I start with the positive. So like, I would say like everyone agrees that y'all find this course like quite interesting lah. You learn a lot of new concepts about TCM, like because like what Edwin said, it's a very specialized and niche course. So it's not something that you can learn like outside, and also because like I don't think Singapore they have a lot of like Chinese programs like this to teach you about Chinese medicine. So you really have to like join the course, then like go through classes to understand them. So like one of our like classes was basics in TCM, and although it was just like teaching you the fundamental knowledge of TCM, I think like a lot of us found it very interesting, like the whole concept behind like practicing Chinese medicine and everything. So I think that was quite unexpected of me, because I didn't expect, I'll be like so like interested in like the content of the course like this. Yeah, and I think you also get to just know a lot more about PCM. Yeah. Then about that unexpected. So on the more serious and more solemn note, right? So I guess like it is after all Chinese medicine, so you'll be learning concepts in Chinese. So it'll be quite a Chinese rigorous course, and also it's a double degree program. So that also means that the workload is a lot heavier compared to normal students. So I did have the expectations of that, but I think definitely, although it's just expectations, right? So it's what you can imagine, but whether how you feel about it is only when after you've gone through it. So after go through it, I would say, yeah, it definitely does not meet my expectations at all. Like once you have like a lot of TCM modules, right? But in the first year, you only have like one TCM module per year, so it's not as stressful and as heavy. So but TCM modules, they are very heavy because like they're crammed into so like instead of being spent across the whole semester, it is half a semester and because it's a very heavy content module, right, you have to take a lot of lectures. So like every day you're constantly having like 2-3 hours of lecture, so you feel very mentally drained and tired, while having to also deal with like other modules that you have on top of your TCM modules. And I think we also take, so example, if your TCM module starts in the first half of the semester, like us this semester, you actually have your midterms way earlier compared to your other like peers, as well as your finals. So you'll be like rushing for exams and everything already, while people are still like, you know, in week 3 chilling around. Yeah, so I think that's that lah.
But I think on the right side, I think we say apart from the fact that we kind of enjoy the courses that we're also doing, I think the teachers are very passionate, the TCM teachers are very passionate about what they teach as well. So you can actually feel the love for actually learning, the love for actually the subject itself as well. Like professors will like take you know, like equipment to show us how things work and stuff like that. So you can show how much you really love the thing. And so the energy is always very good, especially during physical lessons. I think we really enjoy our physical classes as well. I think we're the very few courses who actually managed to actually have a physical lesson as well.
Yeah, despite the pandemic.
Yeah, so it's also a good thing because we managed to also know more about the subject, and it's just a very nice environment to be in as well.
So for me, I only joined this course because at the clinic you get 50% off. Just kidding. So okay, but legit you get 50% off. Okay, but jokes aside, right? Like it's a very small course as well. Like our course intake is very small. So the good thing is like you get to know more. You know more or less everyone like in our course, and it's not just our batch. It's just like senior batch, junior batches also. So I think like a good thing is that if you ever need help, right, you can always. Wait, can I speak Chinese? Oh, I want to speak Chinese.
Yeah, sure.
You can find. Okay. You can 随时 anytime find people for help. Like if you need, like be it seniors or like you know, your own batch people and stuff like that. So I think that's a good thing also, because generally most courses are quite big, and it's like quite hard to you know, really like get to know someone, and like if you really need help, it's very hard to find someone. So that's that. I would say like, I'm not gonna lie, I expected to use more Chinese. I expected to use more Chinese.
Because wait for year 2, year 3, year 2, year 3.
Yeah. Because like the mods we still have like at least like this thing got like 3-4 English mods, so it's not so bad. So I kind of expected to use more Chinese, and I thought I was gonna die. But actually, realistically speaking, it's actually doable. Because if anything, like Chinese is a language. Like you use it every day, and like every day you have like 3-4 hours of lectures of Chinese, right? I'm pretty sure one way or another you improve lah. If anything lah.
I can attest to that. I've seen people improving in Chinese. But it's just that regarding like Edwin's like comment on say like not a lot of Chinese, right? I think it's also because we're only in year 1. If you see like our seniors in year 2 and year 3, they have a lot more TCM modules. So TCM modules are all in Chinese, like fully Chinese. So I think by then you'll be almost like every day you'll like use Chinese quite a lot. So like you interact with Chinese quite a lot. So
actually, I just realized also, right? Like actually that also shows like it's like a slow build up. You don't suddenly like come in and like all your classes are in Chinese. Like no, there's no such thing. It's like a slow build up. Like maybe like 1 or 2 courses in Chinese first. After that maybe it's like another 1 or 2. Then after that suddenly becomes like a full. Okay, that actually sounds quite bad. But like suddenly like your whole sem is like all Chinese.
I mean, but in year 4, year 5, when you go to Beijing, you definitely it'll be completely Chinese, because it's like training. Like it doesn't want to like, you know, plow everything to you, like here you go, you know, kind of thing. They're like slowly exposing, like easing you into the environment, then so that the purpose is that when you go like to Beijing in year 4, year 5 to study like Chinese medicine, right, you get used to the fact that the lectures are conducted in fully Mandarin. You won't be like get a shock and be like, oh my god, this is all Chinese. Then like
but with that being said, I think a lot of people have a lot of concerns because they feel that it's a Chinese course, feel like Chinese is not up to standard, so they are kind of afraid of applying for it. But I think you can say that a lot of us come from very different Chinese backgrounds. Not all of us come from like Gaojuhua or something. So actually because of that, right, it's more about actually willing to come and learn, because Chinese is a language, and to improve in Chinese you have to practice more of it as well. So apart from the slow build up also, we managed to kind of integrate ourselves better also into this course also. So don't worry too much about your Chinese not being very good.
And also to add on, I feel that our lecturers from Beijing are quite understanding. They know that like Singapore students, we don't really use Chinese to
even if they don't, they always ask us.
They will ask like how's our standards like, and then they will try to like cater to all
our needs.
Because some of us can be very good, but some of us can be very not that good. So like, not that good. But then it's really like a slow build up. So basically for the first 3 years you still have your biomed mod. So yeah, you will have English lessons, but when you reach Beijing, it's fully Chinese lessons. But it's really like as you go along, it'll get easier according to our seniors.
Yeah, because every day you're exposed to Chinese. Then you're just like you. The thing is, like, I started thinking in Chinese after that. Like people were talking to me in English, but I was like I had to start up because I wanted to respond in Chinese, but I realized that they're not that good in Chinese. They won't understand what I'm saying. So yeah.
Okay, so any advice for potential juniors?
Yeah, so I just want to say that actually just know, for actually it's just, uni application in general, just roughly know where you want to go. And when you sign up for a course, when you accept a course, right, know that it's something that you actually want to pursue in the future. I think we kind of wanted to mention also for this course, it's not, you don't only have to be a physician after you graduate. There's so many different pathways you can go to and pursue as well. So this is not the only pathway that you have to go as well. So yeah, just know what to do and just come with an open mind and just enjoy yourself. Yeah.
You just have to try to understand the Chinese medicine concepts first instead of just not accepting that everything, because actually some seniors, they said even until now they're studying, they're still finding that space and time for them to really fully accept the concepts So yeah, I think we're still part of in this learning journey together. So don't be so narrow-minded and too pessimistic about this course. Come in and learn with an open mind, be accepting to everything, appreciate everything about this course. I think you can see for all of us, we feel quite special that we're in this course. It's really a very niche course. I'm always my Western medicine friends, they're always oh, they're not a Chinese medicine doctor, then they always ask me what I studied, and they're actually genuinely interested because it's very different from what they are. In a group of friends with I don't know, 5 Western medicine doctors, you have 1 Chinese medicine doctors, then I'm always constantly explaining that, and because of that I feel a sense of belonging and also a sense of pride, I'm in this course and I'm learning about it, and it's such a useful course, you're in the healthcare degree, you're helping people and everything. So yeah,
it's really the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I think one thing is you have to be very passionate about doing this, because after all it's 5 years and it's also in Chinese, so it will be quite foreign at the start especially. So to get through it, you really have to know that you want to do this and you will persevere doing this.
I'll say actually most of the skills you learn, right, including acupuncture or whatever, right, you can use it on yourself or the people around you also. So in the future, right, you can just poke yourself. after you learn.
Okay, in a medically correct manner.
Yeah, okay, but that aside, I feel just I would say at this point in time, maybe a lot of people after you study poly or JC, you don't know what you want to do in life. You're very lost, which is actually a very normal thing. No one expects you to you have to know next 60 years of your life at this juncture. No. So I feel it's a very normal thing to feel lost. But at the same time, I feel you should maybe try and find out more about this course, or not just this course also, but just any course in general, and to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into.
I feel targeted.
Like what Yuki said, right? You don't want to waste 4 or 5 years coming to a course and then suddenly realizing, oh, this is actually not what I'm interested in or not what I want to do. Yeah. So I feel try and find out more also. Even if you don't get internships or internships and stuff like that, it's okay. Just find out as much as you can and see whether this is really something that you're interested in or you want to do.
And also to touch on all of those things, right? Our course is quite you can get yourself into a lot of different occupations after this, not purely just TCM physician. People would think that TCM, then you have to be a physician, but no, we have a lot of seniors who go into different occupations. There's even one she was from our course, and then she was cooking. She's a cook. She integrates TCM knowledge into her foods,
because she used the herbs, right? Everything. So that's very interesting.
So there's a lot of things you can do, and also you will graduate with a biomed degree. So research is also not a bad option. So
not bad. Join this course and be a chef.
Okay, so that's all we have for today. And if you guys have any other questions, you can drop us a DM and also like this video. Okay. So we'll see you guys in August.
Yeah.
All the best.
Follow our Instagram account.